All right, so welcome to the next module, which is about building a cult-like audience. And I promise that's not as dark as it sounds. In fact, I'm going to use a reference here that a lot of you might not totally like based on my audience demographics, but I think there's a lot to learn here from Taylor Swift. If you know much or anything, you've probably heard a few things about her in the last year since she's doing this crazy tour of hers. Now, I want to be clear, I'm not a major Taylor Swift fan. I don't listen to Taylor Swift on my own time. However, what she's done is extremely impressive from a business perspective and really from building an audience perspective. If you don't know what's going on, basically she's got like over 100 tour dates that she's done, like 3 or 4 shows every week. Each show is like 3 hours and 40 minutes long without her taking more than like a 60-second break. So impressive from that standpoint, but she sells out every single show. The tickets are astronomically high. Like, I'm pretty sure the cheapest tickets for some of these shows are over $1,000, which is just nuts for nosebleed seats. And the reason that she's able to do that is because of the cult-like audience that she's built. And she's done this obviously over a long time. Taylor Swift's been around for a while, probably like 10 or 15 years or so. But she engages with her audience. She listens to her audience. She gives them what they want. She appreciates the feedback and follows those guidelines based on what she hears from the audience. She excites them with little Easter eggs to kind of ignite some excitement within her audience. So there's all sorts of strategies she uses. And for your account, you want to basically replicate that kind of cult-like audience from your followers. And what do I mean by that? And why are some audiences more engaged than others? Well, they feel connected. Even if it's a faceless page, they feel connected. They relate to whatever the content is. They deeply care about the cause, that they're passionate about whatever it is you're posting about, whether that be making money online, motivational quotes, psychology, love, whatever it is, they're passionate about it. And of course, the content doesn't feel dry. So regardless of if your face is on the account or it's a faceless page, these checkboxes are there. And that's why some accounts have extremely high engagement rates. And then other accounts, can barely get a few hundred likes, even though they have hundreds of thousands of followers. So when we talk about building connection, what are some ways that you can do that? Well, one is to be replying to comments, answering DMs, and building kind of some of those really loyal fans. Another way is to just generally help people out when you can. And that could mean like posting a post that maybe you didn't want to put in your thing, but a lot of people have requested. It shows that you're listening and you're building a connection with those people. Number 2 is being relatable, checking off that passionate and the cause box. And a lot of this stems back to the niche that you choose. You don't want to pick something that's too saturated or too just general where people don't really care. It needs to hit them at their core, basically. Whatever your topic is, needs to be kind of a problem-solving situation where they're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. I'm so happy I found this page. The next box is to create engaging content. And this really stems back to Module 3, which was building our content delivery system. So you want to be making engaging reels, engaging posts where people, are excited to see this style that you've brought to this digital world that we're living in. So your action items for this module are pretty simple. Keep improving your content as needed. I know we just built out our content system, but while you're doing that and while you're posting, start building some loyal fans. Start making some friends within your follower base and listen to their feedback. Be sure to ask them, hey, where do you think I could improve? What can we do better? And you could even do this in your story polls, ask for honest advice. A lot of people will let loose on all sorts of things in there, and you'll start building some friendships in there. So those are your action items for this module. Thanks, guys.